Welcome back to the tube. Caitlyn left me for 8 days. We riding solo this week. Caitlyn is off on a family holiday, I guess, with her mum and her sister. So she's gone for 8 days, international travels, flying first class, living in a tropical 5-star resort whilst I slum it out back home. But the grind continues. The marathon continues. The daily boxes still get ticked. So we're up. We've got legs today. Off to do some cardio right now. Just took the Muscle Nation Destiny Pink Lemonade. So take that in my morning stack, a couple of vitamins, a couple of supplements, and then go do some morning cardio. Got a couple of posing clients this morning that I'll run through some rounds with. And then we got legs. And then whatever I want to do tonight, because I'm by myself, which will probably just mean meal prep on the couch, watching the Dune movies, because the trailer for Dune 3 came out and that made me super excited. And I honestly haven't been that excited for a movie in quite some time. It's going to be a hell of a year for movies. You guys know me. You know that I'm a huge movie fan. I was trying to think about it the other day. I was like, if someone asked me why I'm such a big movie fan, why would that be? And honestly, I think it's like my favorite way to escape reality while staying sober. So that's probably the healthiest way to go about it. But yeah, I would say it's like, I don't know, I'm just a big movie fan. The idea of like putting a movie on, escaping for like 90 minutes, 2 hours, and kind of like immersing myself in an alternate reality. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too much deep into it and I just like movies. But I'm super excited for Dune. I'm super excited for Doomsday. And then the Spider-Man movie, the new Spider-Man movie trailer just came out too. So hectic year for movies. Odyssey's coming out too. Man, lots of good movies this year. But that's it. I want to go through PED stuff today. Yeah, so I want to talk about my current cycle, how long I've been running that cycle, some blood work responses, some subs that I've been taking. If you guys know, I've been taking the Natty Subs Plus. Oh, it's not really focusing very well. The Natty Plus Subs supplements religiously. So I'm going to get blood work done in about 2 weeks, I think. And it'll be interesting because I've been taking those for about a month now. So we'll see how the reflection looks based on the last time I got blood work comparing with this time I got blood work, because the PEDs haven't changed at all. The training stimulus hasn't really changed at all. So it'd be interesting to see if they make too much of a difference. And then I can let you guys know how much they work, if they're legitimate. I'm always pretty skeptical of like Australian-made health subs, because a lot of them are underdosed and a lot of them are recommended for like just Gen Pop and not really bodybuilders and people that take enhancements. So the way that these guys market themselves is really good. The ingredient panels on the back look really, really good. So I'm hoping positive, but then I can let you guys know. And if it's worthwhile, you guys can suss it out too. So meals stay the same. Food's at about 4K calories right now. So we're just cruising, chilling. We're in a pretty good spot. I think we're about 18 and a half weeks, maybe 19 weeks out now. So it's almost go time. But like I was talking to Caitlyn last night, we've got a lot coming up. So we've got obviously all the Melbourne stuff for like the IFBB Nationals and things like that. We've got a couple of natty comps that I've got clients competing in coming up, which will require some attention and travel. And yeah, Caitlyn's overseas for 8 days. So FaceTime relationship and a lot of early nights and a lot of crying myself to sleep. But we're going to go down and get some cardio done because non-negotiables still get done. So we're going to head down to that and then we'll get to the rest of the video. All right, cardio done, showered, changed. Meal one has been made. So meal one is very, very similar and very, very basic. So we do 140 grams of rice flour, 40 grams of WPI, 150 grams of blueberries, 20 grams of peanut butter, and about 1.5 grams of salt. And then I'll probably put about a liter of water in as well with that. So we're going to get that down. I'm going to race off and do 2 posing clients this morning. Both guys doing the upcoming season, just trying to fine tune some stuff that they're doing, make sure that their posing is on point. So we'll get a couple of clips of that. Then we'll do our pre-activation stuff for legs, because I'm an old man now. So do some pre-activation stuff, some rolling, some stretching, some mobility stuff. And then quads, so legs 2. So 2 leg days a week at the moment, and it's definitely paying off. So really happy with the position we're in. You know, all things considered in terms of how much food's going in, what the PEDs we're currently taking, current output, all of those things. To be in the position that we're in sort of 18, 19 weeks out is a really good spot to be in. So I'm excited. Maintenance training is what it is. So definitely not looking to progress in any movements, just ticking the boxes, making sure that we're stimulating, not annihilating, because we do want fatigue management to be at an all-time high, and we want recovery to be at an all-time high. So when we can flip the switch, or when we do flip the switch for prep, my bodies are not already in a hole and depleted and destroyed and fatigued. And it means that the body will be super efficient, and it means we'll be super responsive when we do push into a calorie deficit and look to pull off some of this body fat. So really happy with everything's at. It's going to be a good day. Probably going to get a nap in this afternoon. And then the footy's back as well. And when I say footy, I mean Australian rules footy. So footy's back too. So probably watch that tonight. And then that's my day. That's my life. Riding solo. Maybe I'll buy a new PlayStation game to play this week. What's everyone playing at the moment? Is Call of Duty still a thing? What are people doing? Are we still playing COD? Are we still dropping in Verdansk? What's the go? If you guys are playing any cool PlayStation games right now, drop them in the comments below. And we'll get to that. We also need to do the Muscle Nation $250 gift card giveaway today. So I'll figure out how I'm going to do that. We'll post the results for that. And then I'll send a couple of guys out, or girls, depending on who wins those $250 gift cards. But yeah, really good response. If you guys can, smash the like button, hit a subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Like I said, lots of content coming. So as prep kicks off, we've got a lot going on. And I'm going to bring you guys everything. Like I said, going to be fully transparent. We want to talk about PEDs today as well. Talk about my current cycle, what we're looking to do moving forward, and what that's going to look like from a IFBB Classic Physique Pro standard. So if you can give the video a like, a comment, subscribe, all that good YouTube shit. And I'll keep bringing some content as thick and as fast as possible. Pause. Core, posing, legs. Let's go. We can control what we can control. That's why I said it's like posing is one of the very few things that you have dictation over when you're competing, right? So it's like you can't control what the judges do. To some extent, you can't really control how much muscle you have in a prep. Yeah. So the only two things that you can control, in my opinion, are how lean you can get and how you display that on stage. You're fucking peeled, and I know that we're going to be able to display a really good package. So, man, fucking phenomenal job. So if we can control that, then we'll be on point. So is there anything specifically off the bat that you're kind of feeling a little bit uncomfortable with? Is there anything you want us to focus on specifically today?
Probably, I just need to, one of the things I do need to work on is my side chest without the mirror.
Ah, okay. Yep.
Because I have just the glute activation.
Yep.
And being able to squeeze the because I haven't got legs. There's no squeeze to really pop the hammy.
Okay, I mean, there's levels to it. I understand in terms of relativity.
So if I want to actually try and accentuate that, there's some good hammy. Yeah. Then I haven't got the right angle.
The right angle of the glute.
So I've been giving it a crack.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. And so for me, it's about trying to feel rather than visualize, if that makes sense. Because I see so many guys and in the lead up to the show, posing, things like that, they look incredible in the mirror, right? And then they walk out on stage and it's like a deer in the headlights. They're like, fuck, I can't see myself. I don't know what I look like. And you can see that reflected on stage, which is why I tell guys that for the first part of prep, practice in front of the mirror. And then for the second half of prep, do one round in front of the mirror, then do one round with a camera set up, filming you not in front of the mirror. And then do another round with a completely no video, no footage, no mirror, no nothing. And that way you can hone in what it's supposed to feel like. And then that way you'll be able to display what it's supposed to look like. So
I've been working on it.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's that third party view of it. So
I get it.
Yeah.
Cool. What we'll do, we'll go through everything. You're doing just classic or doing both? Bodybuilding and classic. Okay, perfect. Because
maybe bodybuilding season C next year.
Okay. Subtle foreshadowing.
It's a bit of a how actually big can we get in the 80?
For sure, 100%.
And so we'll talk to Justin. I just flagged with Justin. Mate, just paid for nationals. Maybe we should start a plan for season 6.
I love that energy. I love that energy. Yeah.
Because I like how I look here.
Yep.
I'm way under cap, so I've still got room in cap.
For sure.
Anyway.
Yep. What is your body weight right now?
79.
Oh, yeah. So your weight cap's probably like 86-ish?
Nah, 82.
Oh, really?
82.
Okay. I'm trying to make you a little bit taller. I'm trying to make you a little bit taller than you really are.
But I can't find the measure to see
Yeah.
what my height's at the moment.
Okay.
So it like worst case scenario, if I've lost a centimetre,
Yep.
it's 80 kilos. So I'm still under.
You're still under, yeah. And like, man, to be honest, like I'm a perfect representation because I was relatively close to my pro cap last year. And then I literally took some photos last night and compared to like where I was this time last year compared to now. And like the look is drastically different, but the body weight is really similar.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's crazy how like, especially with mature muscle and mature tissue, how you can kind of change the look of a physique without really like adding too much body weight per se. And you know, a lot of that is attested to how I've like been productive in my off season and things like that. So, and you're like, as meticulous as they come, so there's no reason why you can't put on really quality tissue.
Yeah.
And then sort of build things from there.
Like, there's always that thing in the back.
Always.
How actually big could we get?
Yeah. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at right now. That's where I'm at right now. So.
But also because like, I have to wear suits a lot. And
For
stuff,
sure.
So that's why classic. I can get some nice stretchy.
I'll put you in contact with my tailor, bro. I'll look after you. Don't worry. I'll put you in contact with my tailor because the same thing is like I'm at a point now where I can't buy anything off the shelf. Like it just, and if I get anything that's like a 3XL or a 4XL, it fits my shoulders, but then it just looks ridiculous. And like my pants are a 38, so my quads fit a 38, but my waist is a 32. So I'm like, it just doesn't work. So
because I'm in that zone. It's like everything sits
out there.
Yeah.
So I'm even having to put new holes in my belts and things like that. So I get it, man. All right, so we'll start from the top. So we'll just do a front relaxed. Perfect. Yeah, so you've already got that split to the hips, so hips back, chest up just a little bit for me. Good. So see how we kind of lengthen that torso out a little bit? Just creates that better X frame, which is perfect. Nice. Quarter turn to the right. Nice. Good. That's a lot more fluid now. Yeah, really nice, bro. Good. Glutes on nice and hard. Good. Quarter turn to the right.
I don't know what the transition is.
So for me, when I do from side to rear pose, so if I'm in this, it's literally just my right or my back foot back, and then I'm just twisting on that. Yeah. Yep. Good. Nice. Glutes on. Good. Try not to lean back too far. So keep the hips where they are and kind of just like roll the shoulders back, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's better. Can you see the thickness added in that? Yeah. Cool. Because a lot of guys, what they'll do is they'll come up and they'll just lean back. And what that does, it just washes you out. So you got to remember the lights are kind of up and above you and kind of in front of you. So if you lean back too far, you just lose a lot of that shadowing. Good. Quarter turn to the right. Beautiful. Beautiful. That's all right. Good. Nice. Quarter turn to the front. Beautiful. So we always come back to that front relax, and then sometimes they'll call out a front double bicep before you're even into that front relax. But if you get into the habit of anytime you're standing on stage, we're always in that front relax pose, and then from there you can transition into something else. So from there, front double bicep. Beautiful. Legs on, feet good. Open up, pull. Good. Yeah, nice. Beautiful, man. That's very crisp. Very crisp. Good. Beautiful. Relax, side chest. And this is the one we've got to play around with a little bit. Beautiful. All right. All right, what we'll do with this, we'll get you to sit on it just a little bit more. So from me, so with a front double, and then I'll kind of just like sweep through and then sit on my hamstring like in one kind of fluid motion, if that makes sense. So come up here, and then I'm kind of just like sweeping through. Yep, beautiful. Push that right knee over your left knee. Perfect. Yep. And then bang, let's see here. Nice. Bring this knee across just a little bit more. Yep. There you go. That's it. Beautiful. Good. I like that a lot. Can you feel that? Glutes still on nice and hard, which is good. Perfect. And then from there, we transition from a side chest to a back double bicep. So something that I like to do, something a little bit different. I always say you want to try and show us.
So this is how I transition?
Yeah?
It's the...
Ah, okay, yeah, nice, perfect, cool.
And then we can...
Pull that in, good. Pull back, beautiful. Bang, and then just open that up just towards me. There you go, just a little bit. Can you see the difference in that? So the difference between pinching back and opening up just gives you that extra width. You're gonna be lean enough on stage. Perfect. Hamstrings, sit on those for me. Yep, good. Perfect. Yep, relax, face front. Then from there, we'll go to an abdominal and thigh. Beautiful. Nice. Yeah, oh, my days. Yep, good. The thing will be, we just can't turn that back leg off. So a lot of guys will hit this, bang, and they'll hit this, bang, and they just forget about this back leg all completely. Now, obviously it is quite difficult to kind of remember everything all at once, but yeah, we want to try and make sure that the legs stay on. Bang. Yep, nice. There you go, yeah. Good. And then is that going to be your favorite classic pose? Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I'll sort of, yeah, no, I get it completely. So with this like classic pose here, let's not try and cover too much, right? And we lose a lot of that lat. If we just from this to that, there we go. So see how we can see the bicep peak a little bit nicer there and the lats a little bit nicer there, rather than like having this arm like all the way covered over, right? We still want to keep as much of that X frame as possible. You've got a really nice vacuum and a really tight waist, but the broader we can make you look up top, the better that shape is going to be displayed. And a lot of guys, when they hit like an ab and thigh, they're kind of like crunching into like this, right? And they hit a front double like this, right? The old Arnold quote is like, you want to show them everything, so be as big as possible. So think about that silhouette. That's beautiful. That's really, really beautiful.
Alex has me tilting back a lot in my back pose. I don't know
Yeah,
if I'm over tilting.
we saw that. I noticed that at the posing workshop. So Alex has one of the craziest like pelvic tilts that I've ever seen when he poses, and I'm like, we've got to fucking smack that out of him. But
because I think that he thinks that the judges are there.
yeah, the problem with that is that when we tilt all the way back, right, we got to remember where the lighting is. So the lighting is still going to be above us.
So you still want that angle.
Right, so if we tilt too far back, right, the lighting doesn't hit us right and it just washes our back out.
Okay.
So what I like to kind of cue is start with the feet, screw them in, glutes on, toes out so we can see the quads, hips underneath, and then as we open up to our back double, rather than leaning back, I like to just roll my wrists and my wrists back and my elbows forward, and what that'll do is that'll just kind of roll the top back rather than like being rigid and then just leaning back, if that makes sense. Okay. So we'll play around with a few tweaks on that for sure. And then we'll work on sort of opening that side chest up. So again, it's like so many people are so hyper fixated on like tensing as hard as possible or trying to make this look as big as possible, when we should still be looking for like the X frame in totality. So
that's what Alex has said. Sometimes I go to tense up into poses before I get into them, rather than set first and then pose, and actually I'll get more width and actually get more.
So one cue that I like to give is, so work from the floor up and then work from the head down. So for example, if I was to hit a side chest, my first thing I do is feet first, quads first, then glutes, then I breathe the air out, then I hit my pose. Right? Make sure that the upper body is where it needs to be. And then 9 times out of 10, people's legs just turn off because they're so hyper fixated on chest, delt, arm, right? And then they forget their legs. So once you're in the pose, then I just like to reset and just sit back on those legs again. Yeah, for sure. So what we'll do is we'll go through the whole quarter turns, posing, everything, and then we'll fix on some cues after that. Cool. So front relaxed. Good. Beautiful. So hips back just a touch. Beautiful. Good. Quarter turn to the right. Good. Nice. Nice. Yeah, see, that's really good. Your rotation is really good there. Good. Quarter turn to the right. Beautiful. Good. Sit on those hamstrings for me. That's better. Could you feel the difference there? Yeah. Can you see in the mirror or not quite? Yeah. So see when you kind of just sit on those hamstrings a little bit?
So you don't actually need to tense.
No. Just put tension on them. Like I always say that the only two things you have on stage to create tension is your own body and the floor. So you'll notice in the side shots as well, we'll kind of push into the floor a little bit because that creates tension and creates stimulus through the muscle. So if you can kind of almost think about pushing your feet through the floor
and sort of squatting into it, that'll turn those hamstrings and glutes on really well.
Yeah.
Good, beautiful, that's spot on. Good. What you try and do is just do, so from here,
Yeah.
do that, hands under. Beautiful, and then roll back. Chest up to the ceiling, and then drop that. There we go, good. So what I want you to think about is, there's a piece of string in your sternum, and someone's pulling that up to the ceiling. Beautiful, good, quarter turn. Beautiful, nice, good. Chest nice and contracted, good. Quarter turn, face front. Good, front double bicep. So same thing, start with the feet first, get that sorted, breathe the air out. Do you vacuum? Half.
I've been practicing
Okay.
more and more.
Perfect.
Would you vacuum for it?
I do personally, but like I said, some people can, so I would probably if I was you. Yeah. And then what I want to do from there is just bring the elbows forward just a touch. And then, there we go. So see how much thicker makes those lats look?
Yeah.
So if your elbows are back here, see how you lose that?
Yeah.
Obviously I'm accentuating that quite a bit.
Yeah.
But as soon as we bring them around, we get a fuller chest, we get thicker lats, and it makes the biceps look bigger too. Nice. And then quads on. Yeah. Good. Hold, hold, hold. Relax, side chest. Oh, you did it that way. Is that because you don't have a tattoo on that arm? Or you just feel better on the left-hand side?
I do feel better this side. Plus, I actually think that it shows more the
Well,
non-tattooed side.
Because I only have no tattoo on the upper right arm, whereas my left arm is. But I think my right side's better anyway, so I was like, thank fuck for that. And I've always kind of just hit it that way.
I've always gone, to the side. This
It's just, are you left-handed?
no.
Oh,
No.
it's always interesting.
Both of them, even the tricep, I think it's better on that side as well.
Interesting.
compared to the other one. So
Yep.
I had surgery on the shoulder
Yeah.
2 years ago though, so whether I predominantly
Potentially,
both one or something.
even just subconsciously. Good. Perfect. Okay. All right, so what do you feel most uncomfortable about in this pose? The legs, the torso?
I'm not sure. Should I be more?
I wouldn't turn any more than that, but what I would do there is just pull the chest there. So see how we create some fullness through the pecs there just by arching.
Yeah.
So a good cue that I like to give, because some people are kind of like straight up and down. So just imagine someone's got their hand in your lower back and their hand on your chest, and they're just doing just that, just ever so gently. So what that's going to do is help turn the glutes on as well. So by pulling your hips forward, so bring this knee over the top of this. Yep, perfect. Look how much thicker your legs look in that. Good. And then chest up just a touch. Good. Drop this shoulder just slightly. There you go. How do you feel about how that looks? A lot better?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful. Good. So relax and then set that pose up again for me. Beautiful. Good. Pull this elbow back just the tiniest bit. There we go. Good. Drop the hands just a touch. There we go. Right, you've got a nice midsection. We don't want to hide it off.
Yeah.
Right, so I normally will sit my bottom hand kind of like on the top of my hip bone. Right? So I'm kind of like there. Good. That might be a touch low for you.
Yeah.
Somewhere in between. Yeah, perfect. This is why everyone's different. Good. And we're sitting on those hamstrings. Beautiful. Good. Glutes on. I love it. Good. So relax. Face the rear of stage. So feet first. Screw the foot into the floor. Sit on those hamstrings. Make sure they're popping out. Perfect. Pull back. Good. Open up. Good. Open those hands just a little bit. Yep. And then roll the wrist back. There we go. Beautiful. So we've got a really good taper through here now. Good. 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 Relax. Face the front. Good. Abdominal and thigh. Good. Squeeze down. Beautiful. Good. Change your feet positioning up. There you go. Play around with that. Good. Yeah, midsection's really coming in for sure. And then your favorite classic pose. Lat spread. Oh, okay. I like it. I like it. Cool. I think we can tweak this a little bit as well.
Yeah.
So rather than being kind of like front on, what I want you to do is face your hips to that corner there.
Yep.
So face there. Open up this leg here. Yep. Hand in there. And then with your right arm, sorry, I'm in your way.
Yeah.
With this right arm, just bring this around so that your shoulders are kind of square, but get your hips facing that way. Yeah. I like that. So it's not so front on and square, right? It's a bit more classic. It's a bit more flowy.
Yeah.
How do you think that feels?
Yeah. Good.
You happy with that? Yeah, I like that a lot.
So I'm doing classic and bodybuilding.
And bodybuilding as well?
Yeah, for the first one.
Okay. Do you want to go through some of the bodybuilding poses as well then, for sure?
Yeah.
So the only difference will be they add a front lat spread, a rear lat spread,
And a
side tricep,
Yeah.
and then instead of the favorite classic pose, they do the most muscular,
Yeah.
right? So let's hit a front lat spread. Beautiful. Man, that looks pretty bang on. A lot of guys will hit this pose and they'll lean like right back, like a rear lat spread.
Yeah.
But I like the way your elbows are forward and your chest is up. So think about tucking your chest into your chin. There you go. Like I said, it's always that string pulling up. So pulling that chest up creates that thickness. Good, nice. Good. Rear stage, rear lat spread. Good. Sit on those hamstrings. Good. Beautiful. There we go. And then same thing, chest up. There we go. Nice. I like that. Looks good. Good. Face the front. And then we'll do a side tricep. Nice. Good. Good. Have you played around with a different variation of that before?
Not really.
So a lot of, so you've got a few different types. You've got obviously the original kind of side tricep.
Yep.
You've got the one with your front foot flat, like the Dorian Yates kind of side tricep where he hits it that way.
Yeah.
And then you've got kind of like the more classic variation of it that way.
Okay.
I don't think they like that in bodybuilding anymore.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that if you hit it kind of that way, they're not a big fan of it. They want
Yeah.
you to stay kind of side on. But I think I like it better in that way because it's
Yeah.
the same kind of leg setup as your side chest. You don't have to think about it too much.
Yeah.
And then we're pulling. How do you hold on to your?
I kind of grab those two.
Okay, because I'll like monkey grip it, but that's just me personally.
Actually,
So
that might be better, yeah.
because what you can do then is like really kind of like pull down on it.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, nice. And like I said, we want to still be as wide up here as possible, right? We don't want to hit a side chest kind of completely, a side tricep side on. We still want to show as much of that taper as possible. Breathe that in. Good. And then bring this leg all the way across. Bang, that's perfect right there. That's perfect. We can see everything, right? There's no gaps, and we've got really good detail and fullness through that physique, which is perfect. Good. Relax, face front, most muscular. Yeah, nice. So remember how I said that the only ways we can create tension on stage is by using our body?
Yeah.
Right? What I want you to do is to push your hands to, yes. Good. So rather than just trying to like tense, if you actually like push together, you can create so much more tension through the chest here, round the shoulders off just a little bit more. So from here, what I want you to do is just that. Yeah. See how the fullness in the chest comes out a little bit more there? Beautiful. Good. And what I really like here as well is to hit it that way and then come forward with one leg and really kind of like lean into it. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful. Nice. Cool. Have a breather. We'll go through another round. This stuff is an old man's dream. A little dab of this stuff on the knees. Rub that into the surrounding areas before we start quads. And it's like I get a warm up before the warm up. So it just helps lube me up. Just helps the fluidity of my knees. Helps tenfold. So rub that in, drink my pre, do some mobility, do some light stretching, activate where we need to activate. Make sure we wash our hands before we touch our balls, because nobody ever wins when you get deep heat on your balls. And then we're into leg day number 2, if I can block that halo light out. Leg giddy. So we'll hit a couple reps here. So I normally do like, depending on what movements I'm doing, So like first exercise, I'll hit like 3 feeder sets. Second exercise, I'll hit like 2 feeder sets. And then third exercise, because that's the compound, I'll probably do a few more build-up sets. And then it's just one working set, and then we move on to the next one, just with this phase. And then like the next 2 exercises, I don't even do feeder sets or warm-up sets. I'm just fucking, my body should be pretty well into it, and just bang into it. So the only problem with this is it's like 2 leg days at the moment, and it's like my other leg day's on Thursday, and it's like hamstring dominant, and I'm like, hamstrings aren't quite like ready to go again, so they kind of take a little bit of coaching to get into it, but.
Living life like this, gotta paint a picture when I write like this. Tales from my hood, not a sight like this. Where they up to no good on a night like this. And they murder motherfuckers just cuz. Type of shit I seen, you probably wonder what I was. I was in the crib just...
Yeah, so just like 3 or 4 reps, second feeder set, and then we can go straight from that. Yeah, bang on. So I love the controlled eccentric and then the full squeeze. Yeah, nice. Huh?
I've changed my dynamics of lifting a lot later.
It's crazy how your perception around it can change completely.
Well, yeah, you get fucked up and finish it and put too much tension on tendon.
On the wrong places, man.
Yeah.
When you get to our age, bro, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. That's like I was telling someone the other day. It's like I used to back squat fucking 7 plates for reps, but my quads look like shit. And I'm like, what's the point in being that strong and moving weight from point A to point B if you're not getting any growth or stimulus out of it? And it's like so much of like training and specificity comes down to execution, right? How you control it, how you move it. Yeah, man. I said one of my favorite quotes is like, your muscles don't know how much weight is on the bar. All they know is how much stimulus you're creating. And I said, I would much rather get stimulus out of 1 plate per side on a hack squat than 7 plates per side out of a hack squat, because then your central nervous system's fucked. Your spine's fucking compressed to within a shits of its life, and it takes you 3 days to recover from that. But if you can get actual quad stimulation and quad growth out of a lighter load, bro, that's fucking bodybuilding.
Well, I watched, was it a couple of months ago, but Blessing got trained by Chris Cormier.
Yeah.
Fuck, he humbled him, and they weren't lifting heavy.
They wouldn't,
And he was saying, mate, this is how you grow tissue.
Yeah.
Like, that's all good for people that are around watching and that. Like, oh, look how much is their finish up, but I grow better.
Yeah.
Hitting the nail on the, hitting the hammer on the nail.
Yeah.
Getting the direct stimulus and hitting that specific muscle.
Yeah.
I could see with Blessing, like,
The cogs turning, like, yeah.
and it was drilling him, like, he was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
What I say is bodybuilding is about making the lightest weight feel as heavy as possible.
Yeah.
And once you do that, bro, obviously you need load, you need stimulus.
Yeah.
But if you can do it the right fucking way, man, that's where you get the longevity. That's where you get the, you don't have to take a deload every fucking 3 weeks because your body's completely fried. Like, that's how you make progress.
Beautiful by day, by night, it's hysteria. Fuck around and bury it at night. Riding with my homies on site. Mama tell me to come in at night. Now I really gotta go, but they never know. Living life to the fullest, I gotta blow. Poke, finna bust in the dough. We got blow in the crib, in the kitchen over there next to the baby with the bib. Goddamn, what it feel like. Middle of the night, waking up, scared for my life. Never had the heat, just a knife when the gag go black like that. Everything you in the rap, finna put you on your back like that. Just breathe like that. Mama green, bullet to the dome, looking to leave. Gotta leave for the premises. To murder my nemesis. No, just stop. Before they even call the cops. Do it for the money and the bitches and the drugs and the props. Tell me why another body even got a drop. Get shot off top for some shit that was gang related.
Perfect. Why don't you hype me up as much as that guy's getting hyped up right now?
I don't know how much it's working on.
Oh, fuck. There's a lot going on over there. Bang on. So you go a little bit wider with your stance.
Yeah.
Obviously because you don't have the lifters in.
No.
You're able to open up that hip space really well. Press up.
I don't think it used to go too shallow on it.
Collapse in. Yeah.
And over time it like restricted a bit.
100%. That's why I talk about range of tension over range of motion. Like, just because your body can be in a full range of motion doesn't mean it's the best for a desired muscle group.
No, it's right.
Yeah, nice. Beautiful.
I've been on a paper chase to get it erased and whipping this shit that made them hate me. Different debates, been living and turning to a rage. Just think a major critical, looking for a place to fit it. I'm pacing with it awake, but I'm way too different to wait. Like a place for niggas with patience in them. I know I gotta stay committed to paint the picture before I start erasing niggas who can't see different, infatuated with guns, but I'm agitated and aggravated. The drugs got me.
Good. Do you want 2 or?
Yeah.
I believe that's for you.
Judgment-free zone.
It'd probably be another rapper assassinated. I never been a rat, never seen no affidavit before I telling anyone I be decapitated, capacitated, in front like I'm masturbated, ejaculated, emasculated, and they don't know that I'm bagging my bag with a motherfucker sawed off. They been praying I'ma fall off, game on lock, but a nigga never logged off. Running from the cops, they don't wanna call the dogs off. I done came up, now I'm eating like a mob boss. I'll show you how to ball off. Yeah, I got a bitch with them hoes on my car log. Wanna get the dick to the dick, take a walls off. I was in the trap with the pack and the mask. Now I'm in the booth with the Mac and the gas. Share my type with the back and the
That's what we're saying is like with the band, like we're actually, you can see there's literally no tension on that band right now.
Yeah.
So we're not getting any tension until you're probably maybe like 10 to 12 inches off the bottom,
Yeah.
which is the only time you need that strength curve, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing worse when you see someone put like a double fucking band on and it's like pulled to within an inch of its life at the top of the hack squat.
Well, you know what the young fellas have discovered at Dubbo now?
Yeah.
They get the big purple ones that are like 70
70 pound, yeah.
side, those 5 plates on, and then they're like pumping out 3 or 4 reps, and they're like,
Yeah.
man, you just lifted 100 of that. Like that's overkill.
Literally. So I'll hit like 2 reps here, see how that feels, and then that'll gauge whether I do my top set at 5 or 6. Nah, you know. It's all relative. It is interesting how foot positioning is so individually specific.
Yeah.
So I was like, because I used to be like really like wide open stance.
Yeah.
Because my ankle mobility was so bad, I would have to knees track out that way.
Yeah.
And then I found I was literally just training my adductors and my glutes and getting no quad stimulation.
Yeah.
But then it's funny, it's like you watch someone like Nick Walker on a leg press at the moment, and his legs are like so fucking wide out. And for him, he gets a stimulus in his quad sweep that way.
Yeah.
Whereas for me, it's like I've got to come like a lot narrower, track my knees like quite substantially further forward, and that's the way I can get better quad stimulus out of it, which is crazy. So that's why I always like find it so hard to deal with people that are like, this is the way you have to do it. I'm like, everyone is so different. Like I said, your femur length different from my femur length, your tibia length different from my tibia length, like the way your hips insert, like there's so many like variables that play a role.
Yeah.
Never.
Back to the block where they left me. Over my meds and you about to get your head beat. Better be dead, now they calling me a deadbeat. Whoa. If I was one of y'all niggas, I hate me too. My mansion got a lake view. Couple million in the bank just to make these moves ain't too much.
I'm just gonna stay and do my set here. No, I'll stay and do my set like, this will be my top set. Yeah.
In the front, she ain't my bitch, but I hit her when I want. I don't give a fuck about a Richard Mille watch. I buy the whole block just to give it to my sons. They say I couldn't do it, but I did it more than once. Now the place going real dumb. Certified nigga, they don't know that I'm a real one. If you don't like me, then you probably like Lil Pump. Niggas know that I be wildin' with it. I'm independent and niggas wondering how I did it. I took the pen and then wrote a million miles from it. And made a couple million and bought a few houses with it. Was bound to get it. I found with the crowd, invented the violent villain. That everybody vowed to killing the clown. Gripping the gas and the doubts, me getting me godly with him. And God know I'm godly with him. My nigga can't nobody tell me I'm not him. Or the top 10, even God be like, goddamn, when I'm locked in. Got a feeling niggas is watching when I'm driving. Ain't nobody keeping me boxed in. I got plans, open up the window and pop in with a Glock 10. Aiming at a hater then pop land. We drop dead. This is the type of shit that they block in. But I got wins. Now the industry is on my head. They say they don't like me. I don't blame you. If I was one of y'all niggas, I hate me too. My mansion got a lake view.
Perfect. Yeah. It's like weird to gauge that, like train hard enough, get enough stimulus, but don't push it too hard. Like, but that was pretty perfect, and that felt exactly where I wanted it to be. So,
Yeah.
good shit.
Stop, man.
I wish I could. Do you ever follow much of Rich Piana's stuff?
I love Rich Piana.
One day you may.
One day you may cross the scene. I wish you would have met him before he passed.
I met him. I remember he was at a fitness expo I went to,
Yeah.
and it was like he was the first person there shaking hands and signing autographs, and he was the last person there at the end of the day.
I heard that from a lot of people. If you're there first,
Yeah.
last to leave,
Yeah.
wouldn't even go and have a piss.
Nah.
I reckon he just stand there all day, make you stand. He always gave back.
Push a meal in when he could, but he never left the fucking booth, man. It was crazy.
It's a bigger pity he had so much underlying issues going.
Yeah.
But obviously in the end, we're adding up on him and he wasn't getting the right people around him to help with that.
100%. But
I think it's more common than we experience and know with men.
yeah,
We're all told to shut up, be the man, you don't tell anyone, you bear it. That's not the right way to go because you know, some guys respond really well from reaching out and getting that external person.
Now, I've been really vocal with like my mental health and stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Like it's,
I can tell you stories, mate, a couple of years ago with me, like, it's fucking hard to come back from.
100%.
It took a long time for me. And I wanted to, like, literally, like, unleash on people. And that took a lot to control and hold that back.
Yeah.
But
then it's like, I find that I like kind of swung too far in like different directions, right? So it was like, I was so over emotive and so hyper responsive that I was like, I've got to put a control on this. And then I went so far the other way that I became like a sociopath and I just didn't feel emotion. And like, I just became a fucking zombie, felt nothing, shut off. But then like, it was just an internal battle, like 24/7, like trying to contain what was going on inside because I never wanted to address any of those emotions. And now, you know, coming to terms with that more and expressing more and communicating more in the right way has been the biggest thing for me to like progress as a person. Just learning how to communicate my emotions, how to talk through them, just so I could understand them more. And I found that was the biggest issue. It wasn't that I couldn't handle my emotions, so I couldn't like articulate them. And that's what frustrated me, is like, I'm upset, but I don't know why I'm upset, so I'm gonna lash out. And now it's like, okay, let's pull it back. Like, what's the trigger? What's the thing that's caused me to be upset? Let's focus on that rather than response. It's been the biggest change for me, man, for sure. And you know, getting guys to do that more often, like you said, once the mind's right, the body follows, bro. 100%.
From an intrinsic standpoint, like, yeah, if your mind's sharp and you've got it honed in and it's delivering on its side of things, the body opens up so much more and can, like, if you've not got the tension and stuff even in the muscle.
In the muscle?
It releases, and then you can adapt the stimulus from the training better. Because I reckon you don't go very good when your mental health.
Bro, I say like the body can only focus on so many things at once. Right? It's like, and if you're spreading yourself too thin, that's why I said it's like, if you're burying yourself from a training standpoint to the point where all your body is thinking, I've got to recover, I'm so fucked, I'm so fucked. You're not going to build tissue and you're not going to lose body fat because your body doesn't give a shit about those two things. All it cares about is recovering. So it's like, once you get everything to the right spot and your body is efficient, fucking progress skyrockets, man. And that doesn't matter which way you want it to go, whether it's fat loss, muscle gain, like whatever.
You bury yourself harder when you're in that state too, because your body kills itself. So like, this is where you try and unleash it. And you end up burying yourself. And there's no way you can recover from going so crazy. And it, not stimulus that you can recover from.
I say that love and hate have the same power, but hate is exhausting and love is motivating, in the sense that when you're fueled off hatred, whether it's self-hatred, whether it's wanting to prove someone wrong, right? And you go into the gym, you're like, I'm fuck all you motherfuckers, right? Yes, you can have a really good session, but if you try to do that every day, bro, you can't, man. If you walk into the gym with like, I love this shit, I love who's around me, and it's like, once I shifted my thought process to, I don't want to prove people that doubt me wrong, I want to prove people that believe in me right. Like, those people believe in me and know that I can be successful, so I'm going to be successful because of them, not because of the motherfuckers that are telling me that I can't do that shit. Fuck that shit. Yeah, bro, I'm G'd up. Let's fucking go. Well, how much of a spot do you want?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah.
So kind of like get you to the point where you're like pretty much on failure, and then we'll spot maybe 2 more. Yeah, perfect.
I haven't exported in a while, so.
We'll figure it out. Don't worry about that. As Caitlyn always says, you get what you get and you don't get upset.
That's right. Might be a bit.
As long as it's 100%, bro, that's all we care about.
Right.
Beautiful, bro. Good, nice, good. Big brace.
Yo, I'm on Miami Beach with a sweet one tan. She wanna learn, so I teach some slang. Like, what's going on, babe? How you doing? I'm from London, so I speak with a twang. It's Taxman K and the police too. I don't watch them youths, I don't beef with the gang, but the set people I wanna see get blammed. If you fuck with them boys, don't reach for my so sweets in school that I teeth from Poundland. Bro, fly them and the pound still land. Big Naira on Victoria Island, stack piling. I want pounded yam. Kinda surprised by the venue size. I perform for 25,000 fans. Keep the clout, I'm out for the bands. Keep counting the days, baby, I'll be back. Well, gone. I ain't seen Shorty in a minute. She asked how I am, I said calm. She said I'm the man, I said in it. Posted up with my dog at yard. If you got a friend for my friend, then bring it. When I was broke, hot cold like December, but now I'm up, my step got a spring in. Baby, turn it around and spin it. I'm trying to bring it back and then dig it. I ain't unknown in a team, I did it. Party sprint outside of the club, tell bro, but you jump out quick and feel it. Say you're a good girl, said that you're timid. I think she a freak and don't wanna admit it. I think she a freak and don't wanna add. Now it's private room, we don't go shop floor. I was pouring out champagne, glasses spilling. You only spent one day of us chilling, but you don't want to live saying where you were living.
Like I probably gave you like 300 grams of a touch up just through that sticking spot. Other than that, man.
The mental barrier that you got someone there.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna die.
It's crazy how much your brain plays such a role, man. I tell this story all the time. I remember the first time I benched 100 kilos.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do it for fucking months, bro. I could bench 95 for 3, but I couldn't bench 100 for 1. It was the weirdest fucking thing. It was like as soon as my brain knew that there was 100 kilos, I couldn't bench it. And then same thing, it was like mate I was training with at the time told me that there was 95 kilos on the bar.
Yep.
So I just got under it, did 2 reps, racked it up and was like, all right, let's go up. And he goes, nah, that was 100. And I was like, you motherfucker. It just shows you how much the brain plays such a role in that. Yeah, so for me, I don't even have my ass on the bottom pad. I come up just a little bit, just the tiniest little bit, and you'll notice you get such better hip activation and range of motion.
Yeah, I started adopting genetics. We can put the padding
underneath, yeah.
Give you that little bit of push up to get more range.
So I'm a little bit wider than I was on my hack squat, and a little bit more externally rotated. So on the hack squat, I'm usually like here, whereas in that leg press, I'm sort of a little bit further out, and then a little bit externally rotated.
Yeah, and up down a bit, yeah.
And you can see, like, I can pretty much just only slide my hand underneath here. I'm not actually sitting on the pad, but I'll still brace and pull myself in here.
Yeah.
Like, that range of motion is so much nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll work at 7 plates there. Nice.
Trust no one, I seen past the sinning. We honestly think if I go put 100k on the table, my dog won't kill him. DSB, I'm with packs, I rap, he traps, but he got the same car, I whip, he ain't written no 16 bars or lyrics. Got rich without our father figures, no drama, could've calm, I'm spinning, it's not car, yo, my honest, a Richard. Well, gone, I ain't seen Shorty in a minute. She asked how I am, I said calm. She said I'm the man, I said in it. Posted up with my dog at yard. If you got a friend for my friend, then bring it. When I was broke, hard cold like December, but now I'm up, my step got a spring in.
Nice. Good tempo, perfect tempo. Good, inside, yeah. Perfect.
Young Jermaine walked the straight and narrow. Minimum wage jobs for the narrow, but still my mind was on the zeros. I fiend for the perks that was seen flipping birds, so we was skipping church, but my eyes was on the sparrows. Niggas flipping pies, spending thousands on a payroll. Shit, I wanna shine too, I want dimes too. Jealous niggas wanna know just how my rhymes blew. Mono we mono, I'm Bono, I'm you times 2. Now I'm bougie, I done outgrew the fountain blue, but never forgot the spot where I developed my plot. The dwell at the top, the veil where all my skeletons locked. If I could do it all over, then I never would swap. I seen good, I seen bad, had my melanin mocked. I seen lifelong friends turn to devilish ops. I was
perfect. It's good. Feels really good. I love it. When in doubt, turn it off, turn it back on again. That's why I say it's like, isn't that what like adults going to sleep is? It's just their life equivalent of turning it off and turning it back on again, and like trying to start fresh tomorrow morning. That's pretty much. Alrighty.
Before you see that heavy metal get popped, he was a mean ass swing with a hell of a shot. But if no team draft king, he gon' bet on the block. He wanna ball till he fall into the Federals knock and sit his ass on the bench for moving careless with rock. You can't relate unless your father was not around and your mother went out and found someone else and then brought around, and they salaries didn't combine when they married and brought you out of that poverty. Then you moved to a soft little part of town so that when you back in the hood you feel awkward about it now. Then your confidence start to drown, but the rapping gave you some positive thoughts, so you jot them down. You jot them down. Ride to it, 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 ride to it. Y'all niggas ain't stopping me. Y'all niggas ain't stopping me. Y'all niggas ain't stopping me.
Perfect. Legs. Done. That was good. That was a really good session. I was just sort of saying to a couple people actually that it's an interesting concept, feeling like you're doing all your feeder sets, warming up, and like you're ready to do what you would normally consider to be like an all-out top set. But before you get to that point, you're moving on to the next exercise. And that's something that I've really had to adjust with my mindset and my mentality towards training, is the methodology and the principle behind why we're doing what we're doing. And I know I've spoken about this a bunch of times, but continually reiterating that you don't have to hit a small nail with a sledgehammer to achieve a desired result. You can be more articulate. You can be a little bit more specific. You can be a little bit more intentional with how you're doing it, why you're doing it, where you're doing it, when you're doing it. There's so many variables at play, and it doesn't have to be an all-out RPE 12 set to achieve a desired result. And that often, pushing yourself to that point too frequently is doing yourself a disservice and not allowing your body to progress. Now, there's a time and a place to progressive overload, to push yourself to those points when you've got enough food, when you've got enough PEDs, when you've got enough recovery principles in place to do so. But right now is not one of those times. So going about it the right way. Now I know, right, I spoke about, PEDs and things like that. And I actually did the math this morning, and I've actually been underdosing my PEDs. So I think I was supposed to be around the 8 to 9 milligrams per kilogram kind of ratio. And I'm actually probably somewhere closer to the 6 milligrams per kilogram. So literally running 350 milligrams of testosterone and 450 milligrams of Masteron. So what's that? 800 milligrams, around about, maybe just under, if I forget to pin on a day. We'll never miss a meal. We'll never miss a training session. We'll always make sure I'm in bed by 8:30, but we'll forget to inject anabolics. And, it is what it is. And then on top of that, I'm using 3 IUs of growth hormone. So, 750 milligrams to 700 milligrams of PEDs, 3 IUs of GH, and literally nothing else. No peptides, no orals, no thermogenics, no injectable carnitine, no thyroid, literally nothing else. So literally just test, mast, growth hormone, and blood work looks perfect, or was perfect last time I got it checked. I can only assume that it's going to be much the same when I do get it done a second time. But there's a lot of people that don't look the way that I look that are using substantially more than 700 milligrams and 3 IUs of GH and nothing else. So to be in that position, eating over 4,000 calories, with my output the way that it is, with my training stimulus the way that it is, all of those variables intact and in place, to be in the position that we are from a physique standpoint, from a conditioning standpoint, from a health standpoint, from a fatigue management standpoint, it's going to make for one hell of a fucking prep. I know that for a fact. So I'm done. Legs are done. I'm going to go home and probably put the footy on. And I've got to do the Muscle Nation Give a Card winners as well. So we'll do that when we get home. And then it's just eat, rest, work, recover. Do it all again tomorrow. Happy Sunday morning. What a vibe. What an absolute vibe. So this is actually my Sunday morning ritual. Usually means coffee, bulk steps, sit on the beach, maybe a swim. And it's just kind of like my little recap on the week that has been and kind of get myself right for the week that will be. Making sure I'm setting the right tones, getting some sunshine, some vitamin D, some fresh air, some output, all before meal one. It's not a bad time. It's definitely not a bad time. So if we open up the trusty Aura app, I don't know if you can see that, but 7,500 steps done already. Had a killer sleep last night. Whole bed to myself, stretched out. It's a good time. And today's just going to be like a reset, recover day. Sunday's always good. Plenty of sports on a Sunday. Lakers game, North Melbourne game, some client work sprinkled in there. Meal prep. Just get the work done, pretty much. It's a tough gig, but someone's got to do it. That's it, though. I'm hungry. We're going to go home and get meal one in, but I think we might jump in and have a dip before we do that. Live your best life. That's all I'm going to say. Do what you want when you want.
Come and watch me.
Welcome back to the tube. It's been a minute. So many minutes that Caitlyn is back from Samoa. Healthy, tanned, and making my meals again, which is a good time. But it is time to pick a gift card winner for the Muscle Nation gift card giveaway. So we've got 2 giveaways that we need to do. And I actually got a big Muscle Nation package as well today, which is exciting. So they've just dropped a bunch of new stuff, like they always do. There's always a bunch of stuff going on. So we've tried to make this as random as possible. So what I've done is pick a YouTube random comment picker. So we have essentially just jumped onto this website, put in the YouTube link, click this, loads all the comments, and then we're going to pick 2 winners. First winner is, well, that can't be me, can it? How can I make myself the winner?
That's good.
Okay, let's try that again. Let's try that again. At least you know it's not rigged. Joel Kent, 4057, said, I think I'd be copying some new underwear too. You gotta love new underwear. Joel Kent, hopefully you're watching this video. Message me to claim your 250. And the second winner will be Elliot Spraggan. Said, to be completely honest, I need a whole new refresher briefs. Okay, it looks like everyone's buying underwear. And maybe some tanks. So Elliot and Joel, both of you boys, message me, hit me up. I'll send you a $250 Muscle Nation gift card.
Upset it wasn't a go.
Look, maybe we'll do another one for the girls because we need to get some girls some Muscle Nation gift cards. But can you notice my new hairline?
Give us a look. Show us that. Yeah, nice.
I got my hairline done, that was what I've been doing over the last few days. So I've been, not quite a hair transplant, but we've tattooed me a hairline. So I don't have a shiny scalp anymore. And you can't really tell that I'm balding, which is a great time. But that's going to wrap up the video, guys. We'll have a new one coming very soon because prep is pretty much starting, which is really exciting, as I like to say.
But that means the content's going to be coming thick and fast. This kind of like cruise maintenance kind of period that we've been going through is going to be coming to an end, which means new diet, new PEDs, new training program, new approach, new videographer. I hope that worked. And that's a wrap. So plenty of content coming. If you wanted to see anything specific in regards to prep, blood work's being done, PEDs, you know we always go through, meal plan, we always go through, training, the works. It's going to be a good time. The road to Tampa 2.0.
I'm excited.
We're all excited. You guys know the drill. Comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.